Um, Out of all those places, which would you say that has been your favorite?
Brooklyn, what are you talking
I
about?
mean, I don't. It could have been,
Seriously, man, what kind of question is that?
It could have been, Atlanta,
Atlanta, Atlanta's great. I love Atlanta. Minneapolis, you couldn't ask for a nicer, smarter place than that. But I think I've been here, man. I've been here like going on a quarter century. I'm ruined. I'm ruined. This is,
See, because
seriously, because the intensity here is very important. I go other places now, and I'm just like, man, could you just talk faster? Could you speed up? Could you do something? Could you put something in every space in the room?
because the older I get, I spend a lot of time in the Poconos, and the older I get, the second I cross the Delaware Water Gap, I like lose stress. I calm down.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
once I come here,
And when you're dead, you'll have no stress.
very true.
Stress is life. Stress is that means you're alive. Let me tell you, in the morning, before I come to work, I got to get up. I got to have some coffee. Excuse me for saying it. I got to take a shower. I get dressed. I get on the bike. I ride across the bridge. I cuss somebody out probably, and then I'm ready to work. If I was in the Poconos, what would I be doing? I'm looking out the window. Is that leaf gonna fall? No, seriously, like this is a really active access center. Sometimes I'm in there working, I get bored. I come out here, no telling what's happening in the lobby. No telling who I'm gonna run into, what we're gonna talk about. Then I go downstairs, and lo and behold, there's like some big music event taking place that I forgot. And there's 150 people down there. I love that. That's what I like. When I go outside, to the corner, I want there to be a traffic jam. I want, some homeless guy and a cop standing there talking about the Nets. This is New York. That's what's happening. I like that. So I hope that answered your question.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, now originally we were BCAT.
Hmm.
Now it's BPN. Why the change?
Well, okay, so before I used to sort of view BCAT as like this separate standing community television station, and a lot of people like the BCAT brand. Still, a lot of times people bring it up. So it's a great part of our history. It's part of who we are. But now you look at this building. We're in Brick House. We're part of Brick. There's three main standing pieces of Brick. There's Celebrate Brooklyn, there's Contemporary Arts, and there's Brooklyn Public Network, which is really made of two parts, which is Brooklyn Free Speech, which is what we're on now, and also Brooklyn Independent Media, which is sort of a local origination station that shoots Brooklyn. Because, the sad fact, of course, is that Brooklyn, as big as it is still sort of a suburb of Manhattan, and all the news and everything just covers Manhattan unless there's a killing or something in Brooklyn, right? So then, now that we're all in this one space, we needed a unified brand, which is Brick. And we have these channels which have two different entities. We can't, if we just called one BCAT, what would we call the other one? So we actually have Brooklyn Public Network, which represents all of the media, community media here at Brick. And then you've got Brooklyn Independent Media on the one side, and Brooklyn Free Speech on the other. So I think we all benefit by being able to share this branding. So when you go out to celebrate Brooklyn in the park, you also know that, oh yeah, that's in the same group with Brooklyn Free Speech. And so that's how that works.
See, and I was going to ask you next too about what's the difference. Um, I'll end it like this.
End it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was an hour show.
Yeah, I got the next ones. Um, and okay, I'm gonna be good about this. Are there any? What is us producers can expect in the future for improvements here, or more classes, or anything? Is there anything on the way that's
Well, in terms of classes, I've been at this for a long time, as you mentioned,
right?
about 25, 35 years, something like that, since the beginning of time. And in those days, we just had to teach people how to use a camera because nobody had a camera. Now everybody's got cameras, so maybe the classes have been changing as time goes, and I think the classes will continue to change. You know, where we can try and help people get a higher level of skill than just the basic that we were obligated before. In terms of physical location, we're still trying to. We've got new curtains coming in next week. We're looking at getting some more furniture pieces. I know you want a desk. I know you've been wanting a desk.
And it's on film now. He said it. He's
I didn't
acknowledging
say
it.
you get one. I just said I know. Hey, I can weasel out of this. It's not a problem. We're trying to improve the lighting situation, and we're also moving into a couple of new locations. So we may very well have another small studio outside of here. I won't say where. You know, we're trying to think about having some DSLR classes so that people can move to sort of a quality documentary film style and so forth. So we do have a lot of stuff going on.
Cool. Well, I thank you for your very, very precious time.
It's my honor. It's my honor.
Thank you.
This Cyclone? Are you kidding me?
Well, that being said, I now want to really laugh. And I think your first comic tonight will do that because he's come from a long way. Joyzy. Good friend of mine, Mr. Ed Ruffalo.
How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Hey, you know, recently, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. Recently, I've lost about 15 pounds. Yeah, thanks. If anybody finds that, could you please return that? You know, it probably looks like a cheeseburger and fries, more than likely. Could also be a cheesesteak or a pizza. You know, speaking of weight loss, you know, and being in health and fitness and all that, I started to think about the girls I was dating. Because, you know, at first I was only dating girls who were into fitness, wanted to be in shape and that. And now I'm thinking I got to start dating some fat girls. Because let me tell you, I was dating this girl, and she was living with me, and she was into fitness. She'd wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. She starts running. She runs to the gym, works out for an hour, comes home. Meanwhile, I'm not waking up till like 9 o'clock, and I'm sitting at the table eating a waffle. Okay, so she comes in the other day, and she looks at me. She goes, you know, maybe if you came to the gym with me once in a while, instead of sitting around eating waffles all day, you wouldn't be so fat. So I looked up at her and I said, well, honey, maybe if you sat down and ate a waffle with me once in a while, you wouldn't be such a selfish C. You know, that was my first mistake on the morning. My second mistake was as the table was turning over, I reached to save my waffle from hitting the floor instead of blocking the bolo punches she was throwing at my head. The last thing I kind of remember is falling backwards in my chair and hitting my head on the stove. Then I wake up in the hospital a few hours later, and I got this huge indentation of the ring that I bought her that said ER, Heart, SL. Apparently SL stands for psychotic lunatic. And I just laid there looking at myself going, you know, if I was just dating a fat chick, we would have sat around and ate waffles together. So, you know, I'm sort of against the whole working out thing. The whole exercise thing is just wrong. You know, people all try and find different ways to exercise. People go hiking. Hey, you know, what's hiking? You're walking around in the woods. You think you're out with nature and you're so healthy and in good shape. You're lost in the woods somewhere. I hope you get eaten by a bear. You know, and then you're on a treadmill. This is annoying. Where do people come up with this whole treadmill thing? It's such a boring activity. You have to watch TV while you're on the treadmill. Can't I just watch TV on my couch? I mean, that's where I belong, on my couch watching TV. Now I got a whole another idea I want to lay on everybody. Anybody worried about this identity theft thing? Everyone's trying to steal your identity on the internet and everything else. You know, I got to be honest. You know, I think I found the way to beat them. Because, you know, I don't need LifeLock. I don't need to put my social security number on the side of a truck so everyone can try and steal it. You know, you want to steal my identity, go right ahead. Somebody tried stealing my identity the other day, in fact, right off my computer. I owe $600,000 in debt. My credit score is an 11. 20 minutes later, this guy returned my identity with a Visa MasterCard, $25 gift card, says, here, you need this more than I do, you degenerate. But, I think that's the way to go. Also, my life really hasn't gone the way I thought it was going to go. I thought, by now I'd be on a boat with 7 supermodels living my life. Instead, my kids make me buy this ugly little dog that's about yay big, weighs about 4 pounds. It's really a glorified rat. And this thing runs around, and I got to take her for walks at 2 in the morning, and I hate this thing. So I just drag it along with me, because instead of living on a yacht with 7 supermodels, I got to put a plastic bag over my hand and pick up dog poo off the ground. That's not what I had in mind, but I got a way around that too. You ever see a blind person? They got them seeing eye dogs. They don't clean that up. They don't even know it's there. So from now when I walk the dog, I put on a dark pair of sunglasses. I'm swinging a stick. I'm hitting a dog in the head. I'm moving it along. I don't have to clean up anything. Everybody, thank you. That's my time.
Don't kill yourself.
I almost did. You all came close. So you got all those wires and everything right there.
And look at this. I have a great crew too. I have a great crew too. That's a. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We good? I'll tell you, that's the most action I've gotten in weeks.
Give it up for a great crewman, John Maloney. I know that's not the finger you meant to raise. So, Ed, finally.
Finally, it's been a long time coming.
Yes. Finally. Okay, so I gotta ask, right off the top, do you even see a difference coming from Jersey between Jersey comics and New York comics?
No, I think we're all angry and bitter. About the same.
After doing this show, you see why I'm bitter. Do you find it hard? Because here's the deal. Being a lard ass, I'm a character type, which is nice for lard ass. We know where I'm going. Okay. So being the character type, it's always, work dirty. It's odd to find a character type guy working clean. Usually those are, the pretty boy type comics, the thinner comics, the younger comics. Have you ever found it difficult to go clean, or?
I don't find it hard to go clean. I do find a lot of my materials funnier if I'm dirty. But like you said, we're character comics. We're big fat guys. It's kind of expected that we're a little. First off, the pretty boys aren't comics. They get enough. They need to be comics too.
I think so.
All right, they're already pretty. You get all these pretty girls come in, and they're okay. Look at me, I'm gorgeous. Let me get up on stage and make jokes. No, leave it to the fat, ugly people to tell jokes.
Because here's the thing. When I first started, I was working really, really bluer than your lay. Okay, I was really hard. I was crude and disgusting. Okay, and then doing bar shows, I was still the same way. And after getting kicked out of all those bar shows that I wish I was doing right now, I came here, and you got to work clean, and it sort of forced me to be clean. And I guess I don't like it, but yet I like it. So I think the persona is sort of like Rosie O'Donnell or Bob Saget. Stand-up dirty TV persona, clean, but there's still that hard line divide between the two, I think.
Yeah, it definitely makes you, when we have to come here, like I had to clean up my act a little to come here, I think it makes us better comics. Mm-hmm. I think it makes us more dimensional than being a one-dimensional kind of comic who can only do one type of thing. I know I've worked shows with a bunch of cheer moms, and that's a mistake. Right.
I should not